Hi, this is Christopher Sparrow with iTechGear.org, and I've got a pretty cool unboxing today. So, over the last few months, over the last few years, gaming has started to take a bigger hold in my life. I wouldn't consider myself to be a serious gamer, but I love driver games. I love car racing games. I love the jump games where you've got a really kind of cool car at the top of the hill and you slide down the thing and you avoid the obstacles, and then you jump and you try to land without totally destroying the vehicle. Some of those things like that are really cool. I'm really into Asphalt 9 Legends right now. One of my most favorite games. Um, and I'm okay. Uh, Gaming experiences can be found on a number of different portable devices, a number of different smart devices, a number of different gaming devices. Some of you can go ahead and you can get on like the Samsung Galaxy Fold, right? Or the OnePlus Open. It's going to be the same kind of experience where you've got the ability to drive the car, right? Um, on the OnePlus Open, there's a special gaming mode that gets activated every time um, a game is run, and you get extra graphics power, you get extra processing power, priority from the system, etc. Because it's usually going to be the one and only thing that you're really running anyway. You're not going to pay any attention to any other um, apps that are currently running in the background. They get kind of shut down and reprioritized, though notifications will still come in. Then you've got things like the Nintendo Switch that seems to be, still popular, but the Nintendo platform really isn't as popular as it once was, at least here in the States. In parts of Asia or other parts of the world, it may be a completely different story. But I see things like EA games, Steam, Xbox games, um, Epic games, things like that really taking hold. And those require either PC compatible or PC based systems to be played on. A little while ago, I got a hold of the MPG or NPD Win 4. Um, it's a nice sort of handheld gaming system, very much like a Steam Deck, all right, with a sliding screen and physical buttoned keyboard on the bottom. And it is absolutely awesome. It doubles as a full blown Windows PC, and you can run all your productivity stuff on it. It gets a little tough to do that on this screen, which is why they make a docking station for it. And you can just, plug this into the docking station that's also very portable and very carryable, and you can hook it to a monitor wherever you're going. Really very, very cool. Nice joy pads, D pads, directional pads, as well as A, B, X, Y buttons here on the side. You've got buttons on the top and on the bottom here. All right, and some really nice light effects and whatnot. It also comes with a 5G attachment that you can go ahead and physically connect to the device so that you're always connected should the game that you are playing need some level of internet connectivity. But today, and I know at 4 minutes it's a long preamble and introduction, but today what we're going to do, and I'm going to put that back over there for just a second. We'll grab it in a minute to look at this thing that we're going to unbox. We're going to look at a brand new or a newer portable gaming console called the Lenovo Legion Go. All right. This is a interesting sort of device. All right. It's got an 8.8 inch QHD display. It's expandable. It's got multiple modes. It's got a 49.2 watt hour battery. It has removable controllers on it. So if you wish to set it down with its own kickstand there in the back, you've got your switch style controls that you can play with. Um, it's got something that they call Legion Space, but it's really kind of cool, and it's running an AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor with RDNA graphics, and it runs Windows 11 Home. Now, like any other Windows PC, if you wish to upgrade that Windows Edition, you can do so on the actual device and get you from Home to Pro should you want a little bit more of those Pro controls and networking options. But Home for most folks is going to be just fine. All right. It comes with either a 512 gigabyte or a 1 terabyte SSD. From what I've seen on the Lenovo site, as well as on some YouTube pages that are out there, it is possible to take the back off rather easily and get to the single and only M2 2032 based NVMe compatible SSD and swap it out. All right. If you're going to do that, however, I would go ahead, buy the drive, get some sort of SSD enclosure, stick the raw SSD in the enclosure, hook it to the USB-C port that's on the Lenovo Go, and then use a tool to clone the drive onto the new SSD, swap them out, and you're back where you started without losing any game progress data whatsoever. All right. And it should support up to a 2 terabyte SSD. All right. This, the battery, as I said, is a 2-cell 49.2 watt hour battery. It supports rapid recharge. And the controller battery capacity is 900 milliamp hours. All right. It's got 2x2W speakers, dual array near field microphone, etc. All right. On the top, it's got headphone mic ports, USB-C 4.0 display port, 1.4 compatible, as well as Power Delivery 3 compatible. It does have a micro SD card reader, which will support up to 2 terabytes. So again, if you're looking for space, it may not be the fastest in the world, but additional space is always good. So you can get this baby up to 4 terabytes worth of space. All right. With the right tools and the right SSD. All right. USB port transfer speeds are approximated. All right. And so, like I said, they are about 40 gigabytes per second, something like that. So it's near Thunderbolt 3-4 speeds. And it should be okay. All right. It does have Wi-Fi 6E 802.11.ax. 2x2, so it is pretty fast with the Wi-Fi, and it's also got Bluetooth 5.1. So if you want wireless headsets or earbuds or whatever, you should be good to go. The display, again, 8.8-inch QHD, so 2560 by 1600 IPS 500 nits, 16 by 10 aspect ratio with 144 megahertz, or hertz refresh rate. All right. And it got a 10-point touchscreen. Now, there is no pen for this, so I don't know that you're going to be able to get anything to really write on this and write on this well. All right, so don't go looking to. I mean, you can take the controllers off, and it's kind of thick, and like I said, we'll get to it in a minute. And you could carry it around the office if you wished, or if you wanted to go to class with it and take notes on it, you could try a pen. But they're saying, Lenovo is saying, don't be surprised if it doesn't work. All right. So, okay. I'm going to trust them on that because the things for the other PCs that they have that do support pens, they aren't the greatest pen experiences anyway. So there you go. It's 640 grams. All right. And the base module with the controllers is 40.7 millimeters by 298.83 millimeters by 131 millimeters, or 1.6 inches by 11.76 inches by 5.16 inches. So this thing is going to be big. All right. It's going to be big. All right. and it's going to be kind of bulky. All right. Um, and that's with the controllers. All right. Otherwise, it's 20.1 millimeters by 210 millimeters by 131 millimeters, or 0.79 inches by 8.27. I'm sorry, 0.79 inches by 8.27 inches by 5.16 inches. So still big. All right. And that's just the unit in and of itself. All right. It comes in black. All right. It's got some preloaded software on there, which includes Legion Space, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and it comes with a 3-month trial. You also get, if you purchase from Best Buy, you also get one more additional month from them as part of the deal there, so you can get up to 4 months free of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate if you wish. And inside the box is the base unit and the True Strike controllers, a controller base. So if you wish to sort of do one thing and then back and forth with the other, right? You can do that, and it should track on whatever surface that you've got. It is a 65-watt power supply as well as a carrying case. All right. I am told that it will support a external GPU. So if you've got an external GPU that you'd like to use this with, and I do have one in the GPD G1, and I will be trying that out on the Lenovo monitor that you see. Oh gosh, Christopher, you're backwards, somewhat behind me. So I'll be hooking it up there, and we'll take a look maybe perhaps later. I've got some additional equipment arriving so you can see the monitor while it's in front of me, and I can talk a little bit. But this thing is supposed to be pretty big and pretty bulky. It's not as svelte and compact as the Steam Deck style from GPD. All right. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a quick break. Let me grab the box. We'll get it open, and we'll take a look and see what's inside. Okay. And we're back. And as you can see, that's a big boy. That is a big boy. All right. That's the box that this thing came in. All right. And I'm like, wow, I did not expect it to be this big. We may have a little bit of trouble getting this thing out of the box in this confined space, which is one of the reasons why I am, as I said earlier, going to go ahead and do a little bit later on in terms of demonstrating setup, and you can see what's going to go on the monitor. But I do want to get this out of the box. So let's see if it'll cooperate. And if we can get it out without too much hassle. So we're just taking off the front-sided packing strip, and it's not being too cooperative, but it's not too bad either. Let me get out the box cutter and see. I don't want to go too bananas with the box cutter. I want to try to save the box in case it's got to go back for whatever reason. One of the things that I like about Lenovo and their that's awesome, and their products is that they really make it easy they make it very, very easy to buy warranty and to get support for their products on their website. So their warranties tend to be reasonably priced. So inside the big old box is another box. All right, and we'll get rid of big old box. Hopefully, well, yeah, you're gonna still be able to see it, but we'll work And as you can see, this is a AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme, up to 3.3 gigahertz, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD. The integrated, totally cool RDNA graphics, 8.8-inch WQXGATS display, 2-cell battery with Windows 11 Home. All right, so let's grab the knife again and get through the tape. All right. All right. Well, be a good citizen. Put that back together. Oh, interesting. All right, so inside the box, all right, some nifty spiffing packing material, and still the product box in and of itself is still kind of big. So let's, all right, packing material. We're going to put immediately back in this box. Okay, that's the product box in and of itself. All right, this over here, that there. We will take this, put that there. Okay. Now, Lenovo product tape showing if it's been opened or not here. We're going to take the plunge. Here we go, kids. And there we are. All right. Let me open up the Lenovo Go. Wow. Wow. That is a big boy. Look at this thing. All right. That is the entire, nearly entire width of the box. That's hefty. All right. So let's go ahead. That's just not a plate. That's cardboard sitting around that. And I've accidentally torn it already. So let's see what we have here. We have the case, which has the device in it. All right. We're just going to put that there for just a second and get into the other things in the box. Get the best from your device with Lenovo services. It comes with 1 year of Legion Ultimate support. You can get support via email, chat, or phone 24/7, and we can help you with settings, advice, hardware optimizations, software troubleshooting, etc. Upgrade to a 2nd or 3rd year of Legion Ultimate support to your Legion Go device, and you can go ahead and check the warranty out at Lenovo.com and or pcsupport.lenovo.com. If you do it on the device, it'll detect the serial number, take you right there. You can check your warranty status, upgrade your warranty, etc. And they usually make it pretty. They're pretty reasonable. And the support from thus far that I've had to undertake has been minimal. But when trying to get some service or get to somebody to say, hey, I need help with this, Johnny on the spot. And the prices are pretty reasonable for the coverage time that they've gotten. They're also offering a 15% discount on the purchase of new warranty. Now, inside the box are two other things here. This is the bottom, and I don't know if this is the everything else or if this is, this just looks like a warranty or safety guide. All right, very small print, and I don't think there's anything else in there for that. And so we'll put that back in the bottom of the box. Now on the side, and I know you guys saw it, there's the cords and probably there's it's just the battery charger, I think. All right. So it's got a connected, this is the same type of charger that came with the Yoga Book 9i that I have, and this is a really nice, portable, and easy charger. Good thing to have. And it supports not only the Lenovo but just about anything else that you need that will take USB-C charging. So this is a really good wired. It's not a wall wart. This is an actual wired deal here. So, and it's got some kick and some power to it, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna leave that there just for now because I've got power cables for USB just about everywhere on this desk. All right, let's get to the fun, cool stuff, shall we? We'll put that back here. We'll take the warranty card and we'll put it over here, the warranty advertisement. We'll put this here. And we shall put this on the floor. All right, now let's go take a look at the goodies. All right, and we will, for comparison's sake, put it next to the GPD Win 4, which is their latest model. They've got a couple different flavors that are out now, some with some heftier processing power. So the one that I have is off of their Indiegogo or Kickstarter campaigns, and it is about a year old, but it plays very, very well and it's very portable. So let's go ahead and we'll open this up. Ooh, very nice. All right, so there we have, as you can see in the box, it's got a microfiber cloth that goes the top of it, talking about Legion Space, which is their proprietary gaming platform software, and the device in and of itself. There is a cool little, I'll do this again, all right, cool little pull tab here at the top here that helps you just get that out. It lifts it right out, all right. And on the bottom here is that controller stand piece that I told you about, and it fits here. And then there's nothing else in there. It's big. There's no other room, all right, for anything else. The device has you, if you notice, the device comes with the detachable controllers already attached, and you store them attached to the device inside the case. All right. Before we get, I just want to make certain, save the whales. All right. A lot of plastic ends up in our oceans, and they're saying, you know, keep it away from your kids and young ones because they will choke on these and potentially suffocate themselves, and keep it out of the water. Don't just throw it up. Be responsible, recycle, and keep these away from babies, children, whales, manatees, and everything else that may mistake this sea turtles or sea lions that may mistake this for a jellyfish or some other kind of edible for them in their food chain, and swallow, eat it, and die. All right. Now let's take a look at the actual device. Man, this thing is big. This is big. It's huge, and I did not think it would be that big. All right. On the back here, there are some buttons here on the side. All right, like right here and right here, and then there's a button here. There's a button on this side here. You've got some buttons here and here as well. And then also there's a scroll bar here, or a scrolling wheel, and that controls the mouse. The touchpad, or at least this would be like the controller wheel on your mouse, right? There's also a touchpad here up on the front that you can work with your thumb, and it's got two different D-pads as well, or joysticks, as well as a D-pad. And a ABXY button, all right? And then there are buttons on the top: power, speaker volume, as well as the SD card slot here, and the one USB-C port here, as well as one USB-C port on the bottom, all right? Now, as I said earlier, you'll notice that this is a full-blown Windows 11 PC. You will notice, though, that there isn't any, that this display does not slide up like it does on the GPD Win 4, which by comparison's sake is teeny tiny. All right, teeny weeny comparatively. And if you want to use this for standard keyboard gaming, or if you prefer keyboard style based controls, some sort of something with one hand and then the mouse with the other. You will need to connect either a Bluetooth or USB-C keyboard to this, or you'll need to connect a docking station. While this does, I believe, have a kickstand on the back so that you can set it down if you wish, and either look at this nice QHD screen or connect it to a monitor, because it does support external monitors with DisplayPort 1.4. You will need to either do so directly with a USB connector or hub, or some sort of expansion dock or docking station, like the GPD1 G1 that I have. All right. Now this, when I turn this thing on, and it should have some level of charge, there's a headphone jack here on this side, right, and then there's the power button right next to it. Fans and fan ports here, and on the back as well. You'll see the grill, right, and you can see the one fan sort of there. It looks like just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws on the back in order to try to change out the SSD. All right. If you are not, and there does appear to be a camera here on the side, right next to the joystick. I don't know that you're going to be able to see. Maybe a reflection. No. All right, but it does appear to be a camera there, right underneath the joystick in the bezel on the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and there also seems to be, this is there is a FPS switch here on the bottom of this, as well as another connector port on the bottom of the right joystick. So it's interesting. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to cut off for now. And I'll be back in just a little while, and we'll go through some setup. We'll go through some gameplay maybe, or at least some level of video or whatever, so you can see how it looks on this nice big display here. So hold your horses. I'll be right back. Okay, I wanted to capture at least a little bit of this. I'm still waiting on some additional equipment to come to help with external shots like this. So if I shake a little bit too much, I apologize. I am doing this by hand. This is the setup process as it's going through. I skipped through a lot of the standard Windows stuff, but I wanted to go ahead and just let you guys see what this thing was doing, and a little bit about what the screen looked like. I mean, it really looks nice. The rings here are Xbox green. They look a little washed out, at least on the iPhone 15 Pro Max that I'm recording on. But they may come through a little bit better. But that's a nice standard Xbox green. From what I understand, that color on both of those joysticks is customizable through some custom utility that is provided as part of the setup. So it would be better to use the version of Windows that they provide, so that you don't have to go and manually download and reinstall all of the custom software. If you decide to start from completely from scratch and put, say, like Windows 11 Pro from scratch below the device and do it from a USB drive. You can, of course, upgrade to a higher version of Windows 11, like Pro or Workstation or Education, through the actual Windows Store, which will certainly be part of this whole experience. But it'll go through the update here, and I may start and stop a little bit as we go through here, simply because you're going to get bored walking through this crawl over and over again. As this is like the third or fourth time that it's actually gone through this full complete crawl. There are a lot of different screens. So as you can see, it's about 61% of the way through the installation process here for the Windows 11 Home update that's coming down in the background via Windows Update. So hang tight, and I will be back in just a little bit. Okay, and as you can see, we are finished at least with the initial setup. Gonna go ahead and flip that up, and I'm gonna tap here, and no peeky, no peeky, and get us past the welcome screen. So this is still the initial setup after the restart, but the equipment that I was looking for has come in, and as you can see, there's no shake to this, so that's kind of cool. And I am just trying to clean up a little bit as this does some of what it does or tries to do. I'm probably going to rearrange the setup just a little bit, turn myself around, face the other end of the desk here, and we will try to get this thing connected to the monitor that I've got, as well as to the dock, and we'll see what happens. All right, so hang out. This might take a few minutes. Okay, and we're back. Now you'll notice I'm not wearing the hoodie that I had on the other day. All right, there's a reason for that. You're seeing the Windows side of my my setup here, the Mac side. There's the last monitor for the Mac side. But I want you guys to understand that this has not been the easiest thing to set up. Now, the Lenovo Legion Go has USB-C 4, all right, which is a Thunderbolt-based protocol. All right, so it's got on the top and the bottom of the device, there are two USB-C ports. Both are USB-C 4. Both are DisplayPort 1.4, and both should be able to handle a display. Both should be able to handle power. Now, I've got the GPD G1 dock, external graphics dock, and I've not had the best success with this. All right, it's been very problematic. And I'll show you the setup that I've got here in a minute. It is kind of sort of plugged in, and it kind of sort of isn't. At least the G1 dock, simply because while it does work and the USB-C 4 pass-through works for like keyboard and mouse, getting the DisplayPort to come through has not worked at all. All right, so having anything connected to it, nada. All right. What I have been able to do, however, is I've got another just regular USB-C docking station that from Mokin, of all places, that has a HDMI port in it, as well as, I believe, a display port. And I've got my external monitor, my Lenovo ThinkPad monitor, connected to it, and it works. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move us just a little bit here, so bear with me. I apologize for the jerky transition, but to be very honest, kids, it can't be helped here. So I'm just going to move this down a little bit. And there you can see the Lenovo Legion Go here. All right. Now, normally, since it's got a kickstand, normally what I would do is prop it up so that it could sit like, like this, and I could use the display here as a second display. And while I'm still going to be doing that, it's going to be laying down, simply because of the way that the ports are connected to this. I cannot get power to come through the Moken port replicator. It is either going to come through here or it's going to come through here. All right. USB-C port here, USB-C port here. So it's going to come through one of those. And the dock, the G1 dock, won't supply power. There's a pass-through for peripherals, except for the monitor. But for power, it won't power the device, which has got me just meh at this point. So with the right dock, with the right port replicator, with the right thing, this should work very, very well. And I should be able to put this up on its stand and then display on the monitor. But let's go ahead and I've got speakers put through here. So I've just turned on the device and you can see the controllers came on. And let's let it do its thing. And there you can see it's coming up on the display. The power light here should come up in just a minute or two. And there you go. All right, so here it is on the, excuse me. And there we go. All right, and there it is up on the, and I've got one stacked on top of the other. I don't know if you can see the mouse there, kind of, sort of. All right, there's the mouse on top, and there's the mouse on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that floating around at all near the top of that logo, like right over here. Anyway, when this thing starts automatically, it automatically brings up both Xbox Game Pass, and it also starts its own Legion launcher. All right, so this was basically sleeping. All right, so hibernated or sleeping, but it normally also starts the Legion. And that's interesting. It normally doesn't do that. But it'll load up, and there you go. All right, now through here, it will go ahead and show you what gaming platforms you've got. I've got Steam and Xbox installed on here. And it will play, popular games. It will allow you to buy them. Quake 4 I can get for $3.75. All right. Quake 2 I can get for $3.99. All right. So there is a store. It's a built-in store, and there is a way for me to launch games directly from here. I do have a game library. I've got Asphalt 9 installed on here. I've got Forza, Mech Warrior, Mortal Kombat. Don't know why it's showing a Forza thing, and I've got Pac-Man as well as Steam and whatnot. This is an interesting little launcher. All right, I can hit a menu over here. I'm not going to give you a complete demo of this thing, but the idea here was for you to see that you can connect this to a external monitor and what the whole system might look like. This is a full-blown Windows PC. All right. The Z1 processor here is a full-blown Windows PC, and I'm just going to bring up settings here just so you can see on the monitor what's going on, and we'll look at if I can just, yeah, there we go. All right, if I can just get some system information and then go to about. We've got the AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor running at 3.3 gigahertz. There's 16 gigabytes of RAM, of which 12.7 gigabytes is usable. There is touch support with 10 points. There is no pen support. I've got a couple of Lenovo pens here, and despite any and all good intentions, no pen support. So don't even try it. It won't work, which is sort of disappointing. Now, I do have a capacitive stylus for the OnePlus Open, and it will work, all right? But you're not going to be able to write. This is more of a extension of your finger kind of thing. I'm not going to be able to write on this, and I wouldn't want to. It's going to look a mess. So there is that. All right. I did upgrade this to Windows 11 Pro, and I can go ahead and run regular Windows Update on this, and let's see if there's anything there for today. A few days after I went ahead and initially got it and updated everything, I don't think there's going to be much of anything, but we'll see. There is a security update, which is basically Microsoft Defender. All right. Advanced updates. There is one available. Let's see what is over here. All right. There's a Realtek Semiconductor MTD driver update. We will download it and install it. And it's coming down. So this is basically it, man. This screen is big and bright. It's bulky. All right. So you need to understand that if you're looking for something to play a decent game with, if you're looking for something that you can hang on to, the GPD Win 4 is a great handheld, and it is about the size of a Steam Deck. But man, this thing is big. This thing is big. You're going to be able to go ahead and see what's going on. You're going to be able to see the screen clearly. You're going to be able to play clearly. Hopefully you're much more coordinated than I am as far as the controllers are concerned. Even though I did grow up in the Atari 2600 Odyssey, Sega, Nintendo 64 era, I was never really much of a gamer, even as an older teenager or young adult. And this was not something that I had anticipated needing to be very, very adept or coordinated in, unfortunately. So this is Christopher Spera with itechgear.org. This is the Lenovo Legion Go 8.8.